Well, we're going to test this new format out on this particular mug to see if it works. Got it all set up. Set up a new pattern. So here we go. So this mug laser's black, takes the silver off, and then leaves the black undercoating. So what I did was I changed the format of the original diagram, what would actually draw, so that I could go around jog around the handle instead of having to flip it around and see what happens. And one of the things I noticed when I was doing the other mugs is that it does leave residue on it. So I have to wash that off with LA Totally Awesome. Now the company I get the mugs from, they actually sell this stuff like $14 a bottle or $4 a bottle, somewhere in there. Anyway, I got them, a whole bunch of them, from the hardware store at a substantially discounted price. So let's see how this works, and if it works out, then I'll be able to do something fun with this. About 2/3 of the way through this side. Of course, once I finish this one off, I'll have to take it out and measure everything, make sure that everything comes out correctly. And the moment of truth is almost here. Now it'll move really slow through the transition between the two sides, just because we have it set to a really low speed. The reason for that is so it doesn't damage our laser. But overall, it should work. So this is the transition phase when it's transitioning from one side to the other. And looks like everything's going okay. Like I said, we'll have to see how the design works out and whether or not it's centered. Of course, if this works out, it's all centered and everything, then our template will be good and we'll be able to save that off as well. Eventually I'm going to get this to the point where I can just schedule it and get it done. I know a lot of people would rather see something other than 20 some minutes of watching the mug be burned, but there's some people in particular that just like watching this stuff. And one of these days, maybe I'll even get in front of the camera. Wouldn't that be exciting? Actually, my shop is a total mess right now, which is why you don't see me in front of the camera. Now, one of the other things I did do is I did change the resolution of this from 300 dots per inch to 600 dots per inch, which was recommended by the manufacturer to get better detail. And that's actually done. In auto laser, under the carve accuracy of the work parameters. So on my machine, to set it to 300 dpi, it's 0.042 millimeters per second. So this is running at carve speed of 300 millimeters per second, which is 60% of my speed. Now if I want to go deeper than that, I shouldn't say deeper. Normally the machine defaults to 500 dots per inch in auto laser. So right now I have it set up running at a nominal speed and unidirectional. Not that I could have bad quality if I ran it bidirectional, because I do have it running at the right speeds with high detail. Of course, here we're monsoon season, so I'm hoping that the power stays stable. Of course, it looks like it's starting to clear up outside. The other thing I'm going to have to do is I'll have to stop it before it tries to go back to its origin. And the reason is because that'll flip that handle back around while the head is in the way. And I don't want that. And it just damages things. So what I'll do is I'll pause it when it gets to that point. Pause it, move the head, move it around, move the head around, move the handle back to the other side of the head and let it go back to 0 or origin. No, I'm just rambling. If you actually go to the main page of my site, check out Laser Lady or laserpro.central or laserprocentral.com. She does a lot of good videos as well. Not that I'm saying that my videos are good, but she does a lot of creative stuff. Earrings, jewelry, hair pieces. I just get a kick out of her. She's a lot of fun. So I have a lot of other products to test as well. This in particular was a challenge for me, thinking about how to get around the handle, when it dawned on me that I could actually jog around the handle by moving the head and not turning the laser on in bed. Well, supposed to be sleeping. That didn't work out well. Of course, my wife, she was not sleeping either. So she's thinking about sewing, and I'm thinking about lasering. Neither one of us getting very far. So let's see if I can get this thing to pause as it finishes up its run. Because I'm standing in front of the machine with my laser safety goggles on. They're not technically goggles, they're just laser glasses. Should have changed free speed. See, now that was what I was talking about. So you see the saw it spin. So let's take this out and see what it looks like. Clean it up. Yeah, that didn't quite measure out. So what I'm talking about is the distance around is offset. So I've got to figure that out. Do another design. And let's clean this thing up first. And one side turns out okay, but you know. But this is what it looks like. So, let me figure this out, do some math, and we'll move on from there. So, thanks for everybody that watched, and have a good